G'day, I'm Charlie Reynolds. I'm a sheep and beef farmer from Ormond and I'm currently exec member for Federated Farmers, Gisborne and Warrell, and also a past president of Federated Farmers, Gisborne and Warrell. I'm standing for council because under this current central government policy framework, our district faces a huge challenge in terms of policy and infrastructure, and it's a lot of centralisation. I believe I can have the experience to read policy. I've spent numerous years reading policy, understanding policy and how it will affect both positively and negatively. What would need to change would possibly be the RMA and how the council A, enforces it and B, reads it. Certainly the council is really struggling with staff, and the good staff, and retaining good staff, I should say. As soon as anyone pops their head up being really good, they're often poached by consultancy firms, so we kind of need to work on that. We need to employ more resource management staff to actually be able to get out into the forestry blocks, double check that standards are being met, and also under the freshwater policy plan, they're going to be even more stressed trying to inspect farms, which is going to be very, very difficult. Again, I think it'd be the RMA. I think to me it's quite ludicrous that you're not allowed to build what you would like on your land. You're restrained by certain sizes. I think tiny homes, I'm not too sure it's not only this region, but it seems to be regions around the country that are completely against tiny homes. We have housing crisis where people with land, iwi have got big land. Why? They want to build lots of little homes to keep for their people, and we're not allowing them to. That's quite ludicrous. Financially, no, but certainly with rules and regulations, I believe we can. I believe we can dig deeper into the RMA Act and try and bend a few rules which will allow certainly landlocked iwi further up the coast to be able to actually get into their land and be able to do things with their land. I mean, it's their land, so they should be allowed to do what they would like. Oh, absolutely. I mean, financially possibly a little bit difficult, but certainly supporting in terms of access to council-owned parks and buildings, you support that way, encouraging people to actually get involved. Being there, being open, being available to listen. I'm a firm believer that the council needs to have council meetings up the coast, so going to Tolaga, Toko, Ruatoria, Tapuia, won't be regular, but at least once a year, at least a minimum of once a year, to go and have a full council meeting up there so those people can actually be involved with the councils and have a crack at us if we're not doing things right. Personally, I have the viewpoint of if you're a good person, you're a good person. So I don't really care kind of what your background is. So it's kind of if something's fun and you're a good person doing something fun, whether you're Maori or Pacifica or Asian and you're doing an event, I think go along and have fun and support them. It's a tricky one because it's not a lot. 21 million in the next cash out isn't going to do much, to be perfectly honest. I think we'd probably be better off investing it. That's put it into yet another smaller trust fund so it will grow. They're trying to spend it on, we could spend it on a road, and pretty much a road is all you'll get out of that amount. We could do probably a little bit more for kind of the main street. I think trying to get people back to it. I think certainly the last few years have proved that online shopping is quick and easy, and so yeah, we try. it'd be little things like that. I'd like to grow the fund and then use that to settle back into the city, into the businesses. Yeah. Well, first of all, as a closing statement, I'd vote Charlie Reynolds as #1. That's the most important thing. So what you're going to get from me is someone who has the background in policy, who does understand politics, who has sat down with ministers for breakfast meetings and for lunch meetings, having the clear communication to those ministers, which we will need over the coming years, and one who just understands that this is where we live. We want to live here. We want our area to be great and wonderful, and we're not going to let some bureaucrat in Wellington tell us we're not allowed to. So again, yeah, me, 1.